Hi, and welcome to Thursday Chats here from Drumcliffe Church in County Sligo. It's great to have you with us. I'm Alan. I'm the Pioneer Evangelist with Church Army based here at Drumcliffe.
I'm Malcolm. I'm the Tourist Chaplain here and Diocesan Reader at Drumcliffe.
There we are. We've got some new chairs this week.
Yes, aren't they lovely?
They're just like fantastic.
Lovely, lovely. Very nice chair.
They are.
So cosy. That's wonderful.
Peter's going to poke us every 10 minutes just to keep us awake.
Yes, I may fall asleep, but don't worry about it. Oh,
there we go.
mention Peter and he appears.
Yes. The set is falling down as we speak.
He's playing with leads or something there.
He
Right?
is. It's all great.
Oh, we're all plugged in, ready to go. There we are now.
There we go.
This is great. Life's good.
Live to the nation.
Live to the nation and beyond.
Hello to everybody on Facebook. We want to really encourage you to interact. I actually have a laptop on my knee today just so I can keep up. So I have Liz Adele on the iPad and I've got Drumcliffe on the laptop. So if you really want to interact, the Drumcliffe one at least I try and follow. There's quite a few of you watching, so it's really good to have people with us from the north, from Wales I can see here, lots of Sligo folk. It's lovely to see you join with us this evening.
That's great.
We're going to maybe do a couple of more Thursday chats, and we need your help because we're thinking about a couple of other themes. So if you've got a theme you'd like us to tackle or something you want us to talk about, please feel free to comment in the comments or to send us a private message during the course of this evening so that we can plan for that after this.
Please, yes, please.
Please, because
plenty of ideas and comments, yes, we'll keep them coming in.
our brains are worn out.
We need all the help we can get.
Yeah, the sun is peroxiding our hair.
Well, speak for yourself.
Malcolm reminds us, Shauna reminds us, Malcolm, there's enough sugar in the buns. So thank you, Shauna, for tonight's buns. We're on Rice Krispie squares this evening.
Yes,
these are going to be quite a challenge because being able to eat one of those while the other person is talking, although I happen to know Malcolm's quite well organised tonight, so I'm probably going to do better.
I'll just stuff one into my mouth like a hamster there and keep going.
No. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. So like I say, it's lovely to have you all with us. Oh, there's Alison. Join us just as we talked about the buns. Sorry about that, Alan.
Yeah, sorry.
Honestly, they're low fat,
low cholesterol, high fiber, no
sin
sugar.
free.
Yes, all that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Promise.
Absolutely. So how's your week been?
My week's been okay. Been quiet enough. It's been fine. It's been okay.
Do you kind of feel like we're getting the rhythm of this lockdown madness?
I think we are, I hate these new terms I have, but this new normal thing's sort of starting to get there, isn't it? We're sort of starting to get the hang of what we're expected to do. And then we'll just get the hang of that, and then these restrictions will start to lift, and you'll be wondering what should I do, what shouldn't I do? Should I go here? Am I supposed to go there?
Are you confused?
Look, before this started, I was confused. I'm confused most of the time, as you well know, Alan. So, no change there, son.
Oh, dear.
No change there.
Dear.
I know, it's not easy.
It's not easy.
No.
We were recording hymns here for Sunday with the lovely Malcolm singing and Shauna playing earlier on. We want to just remind you that on Sunday, the service from here, we're having a healing service, and we would love to pray for people known to you who you'd like us to pray for. So if you do, you can send us an email at healing@drumcliffechurch.ie, or you can send us a private messenger through Facebook, or you can contact Malcolm and me if you're a local and know how to do that. So we would love to pray for your needs as part of our service on Sunday morning. So please, there's my last plug. I think I've done all my plugs. No, we have to do the other bit. What is it? Like, subscribe, tick.
Thumbs up, thumbs down,
smiley faces,
thumbs sideways, whatever you do. Emojis.
Emojis.
What are those?
I don't know. And you know the one? So you know the one with the heart? What's that? The whole COVID-y one? I don't understand that. Do you understand that?
Don't even know what you're talking about.
There we go. If you can explain that to us, send us a comment about that as well.
Yes. Write it down in big letters, just for me, because I don't understand what's going on.
No. There we go. Oh, the emojis are flying.
Oh, emojis.
Emojis are flying.
It's not great.
It is. So tonight, what did we decide we were talking about?
The subject is perseverance. Perseverance tonight. Now, how I got the inspiration for that one was, as you know, myself and Alison, we do morning prayer together. Now, right, Alison? Yes, we do morning prayer together every day. So one day this week, he asked me how my week was going. I had a bit of a blip. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. And Alison says, come on, we'll do the morning prayer. And I said, oh, do I have to? She says, no, come on, we'll persevere. We'll keep going. We'll keep going through this. And fair enough, after we did the morning prayer, I felt an awful lot better. So that put perseverance into my head. And then I was thinking about, well, am I enduring these days, or am I going to persevere? And then I thought, well, what's the difference in the two? They're two similar words that some of us maybe think are near enough the same, but there's a subtle difference. So, you know me and my words, I looked up definitions. You know what
He loves a dictionary.
You know what I'm like. Now, endure. If you endure something, it says you suffer something painful or difficult quietly.
Not like the way I'm chewing this
No,
bun.
not the way you're chewing that. That's disgusting. But anyway, you suffer something quietly. You put your head down. You trudge through it. You just try and just put the blinkers on, and we're just going to get through this. We're going to endure it. And then perseverance, it's different. Perseverance, I found a great definition here that really spoke to me. It says, a determined continuation in something with a steady and continued action of belief that occurs over a long period of time amongst and despite especially difficult circumstances. So endurance is just putting your head down and plodding through it and getting there. Perseverance is more like, right, we have to face this. Let's face this with a bit of determination and a bit of belief, despite what's going on, despite what's happening to us. So, I thought a bit more about this, and as you know, I've been trying to get out and walk, get rid of this.
You've been up that mountain, I
Rid
believe.
a bit of this sort of stuff here. So I've been trying to go out and walk.
All within 5k.
Oh, yeah, oh, sure, I couldn't even walk that far anyway, you know that. 3 or 4 steps would do me. But I thought, right, I'm going to go up the mountain. So somebody knows I have a bit of mobility problem, so my old ankles and knees would get a bit sore. So I thought, right, what'll I do about that? So I was told to go and buy new boots. And then I thought, hold on, I have a set of old boots in the cupboard. Been kicking about for years. I tried, oh, here, as if by magic. See these boots here? I tried to break in these boots years ago. They cut the feet off me. They cut the ankles off me. I tried it a couple of times and I went, no, I don't think I'll bother. I'll leave it. Threw them in the back of the cupboard. So, got these old boots out again. And I said, will I persevere with them? Will I persevere? Will I put up with a bit of discomfort? Will I try and see if I can maybe manage to get them broken in? So, put them on Monday. Ooh, wasn't nice.
Oh, sore. Blisters. Bruises.
Blisters on me blisters. Bruises on me bruises. Anyway.
Bunions.
I only had them on an hour, half an hour. Tuesday, I said, right, let's persevere. I've got a goal in mind here. I want to have a good pair of walking boots. So, put them on. About an hour again. Oh, they're not so bad this time. They're still not great now. I wouldn't like to be wearing these all day, but they're not so bad.
I can imagine.
So, came to Wednesday. Put them on. They're not that sore. So I went for a walk, ended up walking for 2 hours.
2 hours?
2 hours, I know. That's an amazing thing. Well, I didn't walk the full 2 hours. I did have an odd wee break, you know me.
Little sit down.
I like me little breaks. My age, you need a wee sit down.
I understand.
Anyway. And I came to the end of the walk, and I got to the car, and I said, I've forgotten of these things on me. They're actually comfortable. I put up with the inconvenience and a bit of pain and a bit of discomfort because I had an end goal in sight. I wanted a pair of comfortable boots. And now when I put them on, next time I go for a walk, I know I'll have a bit of comfort in them. So I persevered through the pain. I had a goal in sight. I had a reason for doing it. I didn't just endure the pain, I persevered.
It's kind of got a lot to say about where things are at.
It is.
So it's not just one day at a time, Lord Jesus, as the song says.
Oh, I love a bit of glory. Oh, I remember when I was wee in school choirs and church choirs. Any concert you went to, you were sure you were going to hear that song.
My mother sang it to me for my entire childhood.
Yes, I think my mother had it on a cassette, and the thing was just on a loop.
Till the tape stretched and they went.
Yes, and then they wound it back in with the biro and sort of, yes, I had to do all that. No, one day at a time. Anyway.
Sorry,
Yes, I know you've distracted me terribly, that's awful. But I was thinking about that, I was thinking about the boots, and I persevered with the boots. And then I thought, right, that's good. And then I thought, I wonder could we use this on Thursday night for our chats? And then I thought, well, how could you apply that to anything biblical or faith-based or to do with your Christianity? And then I thought, well, why is this COVID thing anything to do with Christianity? And then a verse came into my head. It's from a book. Some people think it was the man, King Solomon, King David's son, that wrote this book. And it's he is a bit dreary in it. He's a bit upset about things. He's a bit annoyed about things. And he talks about all the things that have happened in his life. But he says this is a great verse. He says, what has been will be again. What has been done will be done again. There's nothing new under the sun.
Where was that?
That's in Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes.
Chapter 1, verse 9. So what he's saying there is, this has happened before. There's nothing new under the sun. We've had these pandemics before. About 100 years ago, there was the Spanish flu. They've had pandemics of smallpox. They've had tuberculosis. They've had, the big one, bubonic plague, whatever. There's nothing new under the sun. The world's gone through this before. And people have persevered through these things before. And I remember the first week we had here, we were talking about a man called Paul.
Yes, Paul. Yeah.
Remember we said that nothing could separate us from God's love.
Yes, because we're talking about being lonely.
Height nor depth, nor heaven nor hell, nor demons nor angels, nothing. Then I said nor COVID, nor loneliness, nor pain can separate us from God's love. And then I thought, well, I think Peter had something. He wrote something about perseverance. So how do we dig? How do we dig through that letter that he wrote to the church in Rome, the Romans? So it's a book called Romans in the New Testament. And I had to dig through there. And I got to chapter 5 in Romans. And I love what he says about perseverance here. When you hear this, he's talking about we've been justified through faith. We have peace with God through Jesus Christ. And then he says, not only that, but we also rejoice in our sufferings. Sounds a bit strange, doesn't it?
It does, rejoicing
in suffering.
Misery.
Misery.
Is that like we love the misery?
You'd nearly think it is we love the misery, but would you hear why he rejoices in his suffering? Because we know that suffering produces perseverance. There we go. But perseverance produces character. It builds our character. If we persevere, like me with the boots, I've achieved that goal that I've been putting off for years, that I wanted to get a good pair of walking boots, but I didn't want to be bothered with the discomfort. But I've achieved that, and I feel good about that. I'm producing a bit of character. And then it says, when you produce character, you produce a bit of hope.
We could all do with a bit of hope.
A bit of hope in these days. I did that. I could persevere with that.
Niall is wondering, since you managed to persevere up that mountain for 2 hours, would you think about the Sligo Camino? Can he book you in? I said you'd consult your diary.
Now, Niall, son, you're getting a bit carried away there, I think. Give me a day or two to work on that one, will you, Niall? Thanks for that, by the way. I'll get you back, don't you worry.
I just want to see how far I can put you off your stride before you have to find your way back again. You're doing a great job, by the way.
Oh, we're talking about hope. Oh, thanks very much.
Yeah, hope, there you go.
A hopeless case, maybe, but that's another story. So we can have hope even when things are bad. I know boots are only an old example of something, but in these days we can, if we persevere, if we go ahead in belief, and it'll build our character, and it'll give us hope for the future. I know maybe they're talking about easing restrictions and things, and there's a bit of maybe relief coming, but we can have hope while we're working towards that. And then I was thinking about, there's a letter written by a man called James. He was one of the disciples. And he said something. I said there's nothing new under the sun. James was talking about suffering, and he could actually be talking about what we're going through at the minute. He says, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops this perseverance. Perseverance must finish its work so that you be mature and complete and not lacking in anything. And then he says, blessed is the man or woman who perseveres under trial, because when they have stood the test, we will recover the crown of life that God has promised, and hope for the future. That hope that despite all that's happening to us, we have that hope for the future. And I think that's something as Christian people we can cling to. And I love that.
Well, welcome back after our lessons in perseverance.
Yes, I had a nap there. It was lovely.
It was lovely. I had another bun.
You did?
I did. It was good.
Leave me
It
a
was
couple
good.
there, will you,
And
please?
we had an exercise in perseverance, both by
We
those
did.
at home. What
We
was
did.
that you said? Stick at it, hold on to it.
Yes, well, I
get
was just
through it.
talking about James there. You probably missed a bit of that there, but the gist of it was
They're loving it, like, by the way.
that when you persevere under trials, you find blessing at the end of it. So poor Peter has persevered over there. His wee fingers, the smoke was flying out of them. He had a flat battery. Now, anybody wants to send Peter a new battery, you work away there. But his wee fingers were going and the smoke was flying out of him, but he persevered and he got us back online. So we're blessed to be back on. Thank you so much, Peter. I was talking about there's nothing new under the sun, and these things have all happened before. And I thought about a woman called Julian of Norwich. Great woman of God. And actually yesterday was the feast day of Julian of Norwich.
So Julian was a girl?
A woman called Julian. I know, it's a bit strange.
Not Gillian?
Not Gillian. No, not Julie. Julian.
All right, fair enough.
Julian of Norwich, a great woman. She wrote this wonderful book. And she actually wrote a book about her experiences she had while she was very ill. She had a fever. She was near death. And she had these beautiful experiences of God. And she wrote them down in a book called Revelations of Divine Love.
Revelation.
Isn't it lovely? It's a big word. It's great. But I love what she said. She had this expression that she used all through her life. Whenever things were tough, whenever things were bad, she had got the secret of this: there is nothing new under the sun. And what has been will be again, and what has been done will be done again. She said this. It's lovely. She said, all shall be well, and all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. So what she was saying was, it'll be well in the end. We'll go through it like we went through other things, and all will be well. I think that's lovely, isn't it?
It is lovely.
It's like, it's perseverance. Just tell yourself that it'll be well. We're going through tough times. Things are not nice. Things are awkward. And this new normal, whatever that's going to be, whatever that means, is going to be a bit unpleasant. But if we persevere, not endure it, not just keep our heads down, we persevere, if we press on and we keep the faith and we just keep marching on through this, all will be well.
All will be well.
It will indeed, Alan.
Even when the batteries run out.
Even when the batteries run out, you see, because we had Peter running them out there, and all was well.
It's nice to see him sweating instead of us.
Oh, it was great.
Peter perspiring.
Yes, he was. I'd never seen a wee man moving as quick
I'm
in all
telling
my
you,
life.
he was.
It was great.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
He's a genius, that boy. He just clicks these
If
buttons.
it wasn't for him, we'd have not a whole. No.
If it wasn't for him,
I can barely use an iPad. I think, I know.
I'm using a bit of paper. That's how advanced I am.
I don't feel so bad with my post-it notes when I see your pages.
Yes, technophobe. That's me. Ask anyone that knows me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
keep going, what's that button for? Will I touch that? No, I'll not. I don't think so. The thing will blow up. But anyway. Any more? Oh, there's another bit of paper.
I know.
Any messages there?
Oh yeah, no, here we're doing very well. Everyone's very pleased that you're back up, and this battery has now died. The computer I resurrected out of the press.
Yes, yes.
Do you know what a press is? Do you have
I
presses?
do actually.
You have presses.
Because in the north, our airing cupboard is called the hot press.
There you go. Yeah, because they used to always be confused with me and presses.
Yes, and we had a thing. My granny had a thing. It was like a freestanding big wardrobe affair, and had frosted glass at the front, and those doors opened out, and then another flap came down like a sort of
a kitchen
bureau
press.
thing. Yeah, but she called it the press. So I was
Kitchen
well
press.
versed with the word.
Yes. Well, there we go.
Yes.
The computer did last pretty well now. Bearing in mind,
It did.
Claudio, I know you're watching at home, you'd be upset at the amount of updates that have not been run on this computer. He'd be upset. He would have to persevere.
He would persevere with it, and he would get there.
There's been a lot of people persevering at the moment.
Yes, there's been a lot of perseverance going on, an awful lot.
But
of
I think the
perseverance.
difference between endurance and perseverance, that's what you really
That's what
hit
I'm
me.
trying to get across
Yeah.
to you. Endurance is
Just
oh,
getting
let's
through.
slog through this and one foot in front of another, and as you said earlier on, enjoying the misery. And
I love the misery.
Love the misery. But perseverance is a different thing. That's setting yourself goals, even in the midst of all this. And I know it's a bit of a cliche, but keep the faith. Keep up the prayer, keep up the Bible study, keep up the fellowship. We talked last week about community. Keep that all up and persevere through this. And it will build character. We will sometime look back on these days and say to ourselves, it was miserable, it was horrible, it was rotten.
It was miserable.
But we grew in it. We grew through the experience. We matured this and say, well, if I got through that, I can get through whatever's in front of me. So it does build character, a bit of perseverance. And it gives you hope for the future, because you know that, as Julian of Norwich said, all shall be well.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
We'll get there. So hold on to that. We will get there.
It's all about the attitude. Somebody commented here.
The attitude of gratitude, isn't that the one?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I've heard of that many a time.
Although also somebody is a great fan of paper and post-it notes. But unfortunately,
Yes.
you can't make a web key.
No, Peter doesn't do paper or post-it
No,
notes.
you can't. You
No,
can't
I
make
do.
a web key out of post-it
No,
notes.
you can't book face or whatever, tube view or whatever it is, with a bit of paper. No, you can't do that. No, you can't.
No.
Book Twitter or whatever it is.
I don't know. Twitterverse.
Instabook.
Instabook.
Gosh, it's a bit of crack.
Do you own the WWWs?
Do you get a cream for that, do you? I believe the course of steroids is very good for that. So
For the WWW?
yes, so they say.
Yes, indeed. Sorry, we were meant to be behaving, weren't we, this week?
Yes, it's the new chairs, you see. We're
It
too
is.
comfortable.
And we're nearly out of time, in fairness.
no.
We are actually nearly out of time, yeah.
All right.
No, genuinely.
I'll shut up then.
No, we're doing very well. But I could stay here for the evening, and
Oh, wasn't it great?
it's great.
Loads of buns. And
I might sit
Mr.
here more
Rugby
often.
Cup and, it's
I know.
great.
Do you know what? No children.
We could do the Sunday service from here. What do you reckon?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think, Peter? What do I do?
We could do Ascension from here.
We could do the whole malarkey from here, the whole shebang. We could.
There we go. We're coming into land, but as our time comes to a close this evening, a couple of things we want to remind you about. One was the healing service we talked about earlier on. Please give us a message if there's somebody you would like us to pray for as part of that. And there's information on the Facebook page, and there will be more information on the Facebook pages tomorrow. Like, subscribe, and whatever else you need to do. That would be wonderful. Keep us
Whatever
all.
you have to do there,
Yeah, do all of that crack. We really appreciate that. And it keeps us in a job, really.
Suppose so.
It does. At the moment, it does. So please do that. We really appreciate it if you do that. Next week, we're still waiting for a theme.
Yes, please, any ideas you have would be great, because I'd love to maybe have a chat about things that maybe are concerning people out there. And if you'd let us know what's maybe, oh, that must be a good one. If you let us know what's concerning you, we'd maybe try and have a wee think around that too.
Debbie reckons that you can make a paper aeroplane and throw it at somebody.
A good sharp pointy one, right in the eye. Yeah, right down the camera.
No,
right
we are not endorsing throwing paper
No,
aeroplanes.
no,
You go home and write a risk assessment.
I'll throw a plane at Dorothy there.
Dorothy the camera.
Dorothy the camera, yes.
Yes, because Dorothy has a red dot.
Uh-huh. We could aim at the red dot.
You can aim at the red dot.
We
and
could,
see how you
yes.
go for that. Listen, folks, our time is out for tonight. This has been Thursday Chats, such
Yes,
as it was.
it has been.
Sorry for our wee bits of technical moments, but we got back.
We persevered.
We persevered.
Yes.
Peter perspired.
He did.
And we overcame.
Isn't he a wonderful man? We love him. We
Not
do.
just simply endured, according to the comments.
No, we didn't endure it. We persevered through it.
So thanks to everyone who stuck with us
Yes.
through that. We really appreciate that.
Could I just leave you with a closing thought, if that's okay? Now, I'm going to talk about another woman, Teresa. Teresa of Avila, a Spanish woman. She lived in the 1500s. Another great saint, another great woman that came out with some wonderful sayings. But this is a wee blessing we've used before. We've used it here before, haven't we, all in our liturgies and our different things?
Yes, we have. Yes.
I like to do it. I have a wee Celtic service that I do sometimes, and it's included in that as well. So this is a beautiful wee thought, just maybe to take away with you. It's like a blessing that we give to people. So I'd love to give you this blessing. It goes like this. Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing frighten you. All things are passing away. God never changes. Patient endurance or perseverance obtains all things. Whoever has God lacks nothing. God alone suffices. I think that sums up what we've been talking about very well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Folks, good night. It's been great to have you with us. And we'll be back next Thursday night.
We'll persevere through to next week, yes.
We will. We are always open to buns or ideas for buns.
Yes, send all recipes to our catering department, yes.
And now that
Shauna.
And when this is turned off, he's going to clean the plate, but he's done really
Right,
well.
I'm going to lick the pattern off the plate.
What I recognised after the second one was that as I munched, there's a mic under my mouth, so that everyone at home was has to listen to.
Not nice.
Not nice. But anyway, listen, it's been lovely to have you with us, and we hope you'll join us again next week and on Sunday for the healing service here at midday, as well as we pray for people's needs. Bless you and good night.
Night.